If I wasn't playing baseball, I'd be a stripper. What's up, guys? This is Kike Hernández, and this is my friends and family episode. So I grew up in Puerto Rico. Baseball is a main sport over there. I tried basketball. I quickly realized that I was going to be terrible at it for the rest of my life, so I gave up on that pretty quickly. I did play volleyball, and I liked it a lot. But then I also realized I wasn't going to be the tallest guy in the world, so volleyball was going to be a long shot for me. I think baseball is in a really good spot as far as like the athletes that are the product that's being put on the field. I think the game is obviously younger than ever, but it's also faster than ever, stronger than ever. I think from the pitching side, pitchers are starting to do stuff with the baseball that we've never seen before. On a yearly basis, the average velocity from a pitcher it keeps going up and up and up, and the movement on pitches is, it's a very wide margin right now. So I think baseball is in a very, very good spot in a non-weird way. Baseball is about to get weird with the stuff that, these athletes are starting to be able to do on a baseball field. I think my favorite thing about the fans, especially here in LA, is how devoted they are, the passion that they show. I'm a guy that plays with a lot of energy and a lot of passion, and I'm not afraid to show it on the field. Whenever you go to Dodger Stadium and you feel the electricity of the crowd, the atmosphere, it's one of those things where the atmosphere and the energy of the crowd is in a way for me to express the way that I play the game. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why this LA fan base and I connect so well, is because we're both very passionate, we're both very energetic, and neither of us are afraid to show it. People are going to find ways to hate on the good teams, especially when you're considered one of the bad guys, just because our ownership group is more willing to spend. I think, as far as 2020, people are just butthurt because baseball is a sport where anybody can win on any given day, and very rarely does the best team in the league win it all that year. And I think people were mad that because we were by far the best team on paper in 2020, we were able to do it. And the fact that we didn't do it in front of a full capacity crowd is probably why people say that, it was a Mickey Mouse World Series title or whatnot. But the way I see it, the other 29 teams had the same opportunity to win it all as we did, and they didn't. We did. So winners wins, losers complain. So I don't give a fuck. Never seen these before. If my wife was a shoe, she'd be this shoe. She's obsessed with hummingbirds. Yeah.
What if you were a shoe?
What if I were a shoe? Probably this, because I'm a little bit loud and unique, so I would have to say this. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, so I have another pair coming that is Vegeta inspired. I appreciate Vegeta a lot because he's kind of like the underdog at all times, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. And even though he gets his ass whooped every time, he just keeps getting back up and wanting all the smoke. I feel like he's a character that, might get overlooked at times, but I think he's a shit. And then I actually have another pair that is inspired by this exact shoe. So I'm excited about those. It would have to be somewhat of a Samba looking shoe, because Sambas are in right now. I like the way how they added a flap. Wales Bonner did this. Kind of looks like a throwback baseball cleat from when I was growing up in the 90s. Every baseball cleat had this flop going on right here. I hope that they give me the freedom to create my own silhouette. It would look something like that, but I would give it my own taste. Since I would be an artist creating my own shoe, it would have to be the Kikazo. What is up? I am here in front of this mirror. Do a little fit check. I am wearing the adidas latest collab with Edison Chen, head to toe, but not quite the head part. You got the gazelles right there with the special gum sole, and you got the shorts, I guess you call those shorts, little jacket sweater with a little tank top going on. and my hair is a mess, so I need to wear a hat everywhere I go now. But yeah, pretty simple. There's Chan, Adidas collab. I would have to say the best thing that Penelope has taught me is the love that my parents have for me. I feel like roles not necessarily got reversed, but now I understand everywhere they were coming from when I was a kid, all the lessons and all the stuff that happened that shaped me to be who I am today, or patience. She has a pretty good balance of both of us. She has my funniness, my energy, spontaneousness, but then she has this side of her mom where she's super kind, super sweet. She's very much in tune with her emotions. I think my wife is doing an outstanding job with her, and I think she's gonna grow up to be a really good human being. A parent pro tip would probably have to be, my daughter is 4, but she's been noticing for a while, when you're spending one-on-one time, put your phone down. Kids notice, kids want your full attention. Time goes by very fast, so just put your phone down and enjoy those core memories, because it's what's gonna shape him or her to be who they are when they grow up. Walking out to a Loud Fall Bad Bunny is a very tough one because I use both of them as my walk-up songs. For the past like 5 or 6 years, I've been only walking out to Bad Bunny, but then El Alfa came out with this random ass song called Leche Materna, translates to breast milk, and it just says breast milk all over and over and over again. And as I kept listening to the song, trying to make my wife annoyed, the last 30 seconds of the song, he just randomly busts out El Monito Kike, and then the song goes Kike, 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 Kike. I mean, I felt like that was a perfect walk-up song for me. Of course, it's my name, and also Dodger Stadium speakers blast, so figured it was a perfect song. And my daughter goes Kike, 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 Kike. So she gets into it. Home run at home, diving catch on the road. You feel more the electricity of the crowd when you hit a homer at home than when you make a diving play. And then on the road, I've had some big moments in the playoffs, but I feel like when you hit a homer on the road and you hear the silence of the crowd, you don't get to enjoy that moment as much as when you make a diving play in a big situation with a couple runners on or something, and the crowd you can just hear the ah, and then just pitch quiet, and you get to savor that moment. And you know, those are the things that you take with you when you go home after the game. Getting your hat censored, because getting booed by a Padres fan, it's just another day in the office, you know?
New stuff for the summertime.
Oh yeah, just in time. Let's
There
go.
you go, man. Appreciate
Thank you,
you.
bro. Appreciate you. Thank you, Flight Club, for the sneakers. I'll catch you later. Peace.